Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Aquarius. Know that energy is fluid, however, so roles could be reversed. You may have to flip it, switch it, twist it. Take the message as it best resonates for you. Also, know that cross watchers are always more than welcome to watch because, as I just said, energy is fluid. So you may find that this message is more for the cross watcher than it is for Aquarius. It's funny how it works. It's just spiritual energy. Spiritual energy works like a magnet to who and what, brings together who and what needs the energy. So whether you need it or whether or not unconsciously you want it. The problem comes into play is when we really want something, is if we really want it, then we tend to push it away. So if you just, again, haphazardly even came across this video and you're not an Aquarius and you're like, and listen to it and you resonated with it, well, guess what? The message would still be for you. Because again, spiritual energy works like a magnet. Now, if you're new to the channel, anything that you need to know about this channel and the benefits of being a subscriber to the channel, you can find in the description box below. You can also find my website, social media links, and all that fun stuff down there. All right, so this week, if you happen to come across any one of my videos that I post and listen to it and like it and resonate with it, and if you decide to give it a like and subscribe to the channel and write the word healer in your comment bar, well, you have a chance of winning a free psychic reading with me. Now, you'll know if you won a reading with me because I will comment below your comment, winner, and then if you receive that message, all you need to do is reach out to me at pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com, and we can set up a time that both of us will be available to go on a live stream, and so you can win your free psychic reading with me. All right. Just wanted to put that out there. Now, again, being that this is the Psychic Soul Healer channel, it means that we look at the spiritual, the karmic contracts, the spiritual lessons, the soulmate twin flame journey. But we want to look at the wounds. We want to look at the karmic blocks. We want to look at the karmic themes for each individual so that we can actually deal with the traumatic events that might play out. Again, psychological trauma a lot of times happens from being in bad karmic relationships that happen to mirror out experiences that we've lived before. They have the same theme. So we want to not just know how to balance out our relationship, but we want to really learn how to balance out our life by integrating the spiritual lesson. So you'll understand a little bit more what I mean when I get into the reading. But I first use my deck, which is a Psychic Soul Healer deck. And then we're going to be looking at the wounds. We're going to be looking at the triggers. We're going to look at what's actually happening, and then what you're supposed to be learning and the hidden truths. All right. Now, without further ado, let's look at the spiritual energy card down. All right, first card that fell out was timelessness. So again, timelessness, when we're talking about a relationship, we're talking about soulmate twin flame, that love is timeless. That connection that feels like home, that's familiar, is timeless. And love, we know, transcends time and space. What? That's too many. I'm just going to pull. Okay, magical realism. So I believe, again, that you're connected to somebody that tends to be more of a logical, linear thinker, someone that's very mental. They strategize. They're very, very smart when it comes to book-wise. But as far as everyday wise, I don't think that they're as smart. And the reason why is because I feel like they're a little bit sheltered. And why I feel that they're a little bit sheltered is And sheltered just could mean that they are very introverted, they like what they like, and they don't really put themselves out. And so they're very close to family, and the how they grew up, they might even still live in the neighborhood that they grew up in. They don't really venture out into other aspects of life. They've never had a desire or a want. Now I feel like the connection that you have, Aquarius, with your person is they see like a magical realism. And the magical realism is like the fantasy in everyday, right? When we see signs and synchronicities. So I believe that everything is reminding your person of you. Like everything, like they turn on the radio, they hear a song, it reminds them of you. They turn on the TV, that whatever the person's name is on the TV, it's the same as yours. Like everything is a reminder. And that's a sign of magical realism. And when we have a timeless and a soulmate twin flame relationship, that's what happens. And it happens a lot of times because we always say that our soulmate twin flame is our other half. I always say, and I just literally said this on my other channel, that it's not that the person's your other half, because there is no such thing as someone's like, we're a whole person, but we have trauma and we have wounds that tend to make us not be as comfortable with certain aspects of ourselves. So we actually don't tap into those parts of ourselves. Maybe we don't know how to integrate, or maybe we've lived a certain experience that played out. Like for me, I have a lot of blocks when it comes to math and when it comes to learning, because in school I have a lot of trauma around that from when I grew up. So I am not a logical linear person. I am a more intuitive person. I'm a more sensitive person. And a highly sensitive person is someone that is intuitive and they're spiritual, and they tend to look at things from a more spiritual perspective, where I don't believe. So that's a perspective, and that's a right brain perspective. Your person is a left brain perspective, which is logical, linear, mathematical, and whatever else left brains are good at, which I'm not a good left brainer. So I don't have an example to give of that. But your person is like very, again, strategic and organized and likes things very done, and could be seen as controlling. It's very good business, very good leadership skills. So, and tended to look at things again more from a logical, rational mind, where you don't live your life from that. So again, they see this magical realism when they're around you, they feel that. When they think of you, it brings them into that, which is why they're seeing the signs and the symbols within the universe, because I believe that you guys are in separation. And even though that you're in separation, there's a timelessness of love, right? It's again, that cord is never broken. It just feels natural. Like it feels like it's just supposed to be. And I feel like both parties feel that, like, and no matter what you've gone through, Aquarius, and what your person has gone through with you, it doesn't break. It's there. You might have anger, you might not agree, you might not want to see things from that, for your person's perception, but the connection is so natural and it just feels so magical, which is again the language of the soul. The language of the soul is signs and synchronicities, and when things just feel comfortable and we're just going with the flow, and that we just know that there's this unconditional love that is timeless. So this is the underlying energy, which is great energy. So again, this was talking about how you're not structured, and this was what scares this person is it. And when I say not structured, I mean, you don't have a conventional job. You don't live from this. I wake up at the same time every morning. I do the same things every day. It seems that every day you do something different. So you too, I feel like, are a business owner or have a lot of control in your day to day, whether or not you work for someone and there's a lot of freedom within that job, or it's, again, it's your own job, that whatever it is that you do. I feel like some of you guys are actually influencers of some sort, whether that's YouTube, whether that's, like an Amazon influencer or like Facebook, whatever it is, it's like you're influenced. So you have a lot of freedom. So what's scary to this person is actually what intrigues them most about you. It's the fact that you're so opposite, that you have a lot of freedom, that you live your life without, you live your life unapologetically and the way that you want. And this person fantasizing, again, what their life would be with you. So my thing is, it's like, okay, why, Aquarius, are they fantasizing? Why aren't they with you? Why is everything reminding them of you? If they were with you, they would not, everything wouldn't remind them of you. I mean, don't get me wrong, when you're in love, things remind, but it almost is like, I feel like there's a separation, which is why this person is fantasizing. This is why this person is like, there's like a longing energy, and the longing, it's like, it feels natural. It feels, it's timeless. It's like it cuts through time and space. And it's like this person, when they think of you, they go into this almost dreamland, because magical realism, again, is seeing the the magic in our everyday life experience, in the ordinary. And that could be like, oh, I was just thinking of my friend and then they called, or I ran into them at the supermarket and they told me of some news, or it's, again, I saw something that moved me, that touched me in a certain way, where it's the magic in our everyday. So, and I feel like you yourself holds that energy, which is very intriguing and alluring and mysterious, because not many people have that energy. That's number one. And number two, it's tantalizing, but it's also, the person is nervous by it, because it's almost like, I'm used to controlling every aspect of my life. But what they're realizing is it's exhausting. So let's see what's going on. Actually, well, this one is like all folded up and like stuck. I'm just curious to see what it is. Commit to me. I don't know whether or not that means anything. We'll put it to the side. We'll see whether it does, or whether it was just a freak thing. And I say that because I always believe that there are no mistakes. I remember every detail of that day. So again, I do believe that you guys are in separation, that there was a kiss, or there was a laugh, or there was an exchange that of niceness. I'm feeling like your person is nostalgic about past experiences with you. They're finding themselves like really looking at the relationship now, where I don't really believe that they ever did. So this separation is actually positive in that aspect. My mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. So I feel like, again, though your person, there's this timelessness, and part of the reason why, now that I'm feeling intuitively why you're separated, is because this person like didn't really show enough. They just were like cold. They use ice cold logic to like deal with you, because again, they're very logical, they're very strategic, they're very organized, they're very, and when running a business, this is successful. It's worked for them in the past with other people, but you are not the same as other people, which again is what's tantalizing, but what's a problem for this person. So they're, which is good, because I feel like your person needed to humble themselves. Because part of their mask, I'm feeling they were a little bit because I feel like they're very smart. They have a big ego, so they needed to humble themselves. I need to fake my feelings. And then so it's again, and I keep getting this. I need to fake my feelings. I need to fake my feelings. So your person has a lot of issues that around again their emotions, which is bad because they need healing. I feel like they need healing because they're sad. Everything's reminding them of you. Their intuition keeps telling them to reach out to you because that's when, again, you're seeing the magical realism in your day and everything's reminding you of this person. And you have feelings, but instead you're going to sit there and act like you don't care. And been stuck in the past. I remember every detail of this, and it's almost like I'm feeling intuitively now that the reason why they want to like they almost want to keep it in this place of I remember every detail of it, and I can, if it just ends this way, we will leave. I'll remember it in a positive way, and you'll remember me more like again as strong, even though like not showing your feelings is not strong. I feel like your person has a distorted sense of what is strong because they're not emotionally intelligent. They were not allowed to express how they felt freely without being judged when growing up. And that's really what I feel like. And so this is happening. So it's again, breathe. They have a lot of anxiety when they're around you, which trauma does that. So remember, your person has a lot of this relationship, though it's tantalizing for them because it's so different. It's again, and they're attracted. So everything about this relationship says that it's correct, but they refuse to humble themselves. Well, I want to look at some hidden truths. I couldn't let you get close to me. See, it's again, all this with the emotional. So, and yes, this can happen with the soulmate twin flame relationship. I know I was a distraction from your pain. So I feel like you may be in a connection with someone that you're not happy with, or you might have just gotten out of a breakup, or they're again, I'm actually feeling like some people are actually in relationships where they're taking care of someone that's physically sick. So they're not really in a full relationship. So in the fact that you guys have this connection, they feel like maybe I was just a distraction for your pain. That's this one. Like I was just a distraction from your pain. I want you, which again, I do believe again, there's passion, there's love, there is that. It's just person's not emotionally intelligent. They're used to having things their way and manipulating things their way. They're successful in business. They try to handle things the way that they were always successful before. They've never met anyone like you before. They've never had such a deep type of relationship, and a deep type of soulmate twin flame relationship makes you look at your feelings, makes you look at like your thoughts, and you have to look up more than on surface. Your person is used to being a logical, linear surface type person that now is everything that they believe that they knew is in question now, because again, you come into their life showing them what they've never seen before, down to your job, down to the way that you look, down to everything, again, what they believe that they thought about themselves. So again, that's what life is. Life is about learning all the time, thinking that you knew something and returning to the same thing that you thought you knew, but seeing it from a different perception. This is how we grow. That's again how we see that we're not separate from the universe, through seeing situations from all different perceptions, because the universe is God and God is all knowing. So it's again that we are not separate, but we tend to become separate. That's through our wounds, and it's because your person doesn't know how to tap into their emotions and their feelings, they just would rather avoid the relationship. But now that they avoided the relationship, they're sitting over there fantasizing, sorry, disconnect, and they're stuck in their pain. They're stuck in their pain. So they felt like maybe I was a distraction from your pain, but you seem to be okay, but your person is not okay, because again, they thought that they could escape this feeling, but no one can escape love. Just the same as you can't will a person to love, which was actually a story that played out on my Virgo channel. The two people that didn't want to be together, and one was forcing them to stay together by guilting and manipulating. Well, guess what? This is a relationship where the person is like, I really wish I wasn't in love with this person and didn't have feelings, because it scares me. I have to look at myself. I have to question everything. And that really doesn't make me feel safe. It makes me actually feel like I don't know who I am. It makes me not confident in myself, makes me have to look at myself and possibly even change. And change is scary. So let's look and we'll see what the soulmate twin flame message is. I tried to forget you. I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot make this shit up. Look, I tried to forget you, but it's not working. I always feel your presence with me. I'm magnetically pulled to you. And that's again the soulmate twin flame journey. It's the fact that you can't control love your person, try to. I just want to end with, what is the point of this relationship? What is the karmic contract of this relationship? Because this is what happens. This is actually what happens to people that grew up not getting emotional, like they support, right? If they didn't wind up with emotional support, they tend to wind up with somebody, or perceived emotional support. Remember, it doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't there, but it means that it wasn't enough, that the person, again, felt satisfied, again, safe. Because our emotional support is linked to our survival, believe it or not. So when we wind up continually connecting to someone, or so, like again, where like a soulmate twin flame comes in to our life and they can't express their feelings and emotions, obviously it activates same wounds that were developed a long time ago, way before we met that person, and it really hurts. And so that this is again a thing where there's soulmate twin flame relationship. Your person is like, I just didn't want to deal with it. It was too scary for me. I just tried to forget, but I can't. So again, can't make a person love you, and you can't not love a person. So again, it's a law. It's a divine union. So what is the point? What are we supposed to learn? What is this couple supposed to learn from this? Because there's always a karmic lesson. Our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become their parents. So it's again, this is what I was saying. When we grow up in an environment where we didn't get that emotional love, when we didn't get what we needed, that's the child self, where the wounds and the traumas were first originated. It doesn't mean that you needed to grow up in abuse. But in this situation, I believe that your person wasn't allowed to express their emotions at all, that they were seen as weak. And I believe that they're a highly sensitive person on top of it. So they continually had to suppress their feelings, and they knew with you they couldn't, because it's again soulmate twin flame relationship. So they avoided it. And so they thought that they would control. Now with you, it said, I feel like you had to detach in order to deal with it. You had to walk away, and you did. You walked away. Okay, I know in my heart we'll be together one day, and that helps me trust Let's keep working on us. So it's again that soulmate twin flame relationship. So, and I feel like this is what you knew. I feel like you knew down deep inside that, I don't know if you can see that to me, like there we go. It's a little blurry, but that soulmate twin flame knows. You'll both of you actually know that the separation was needed. The separation was needed for your person to work on getting themselves, like learning how to deal with their emotions. And you, I'm feeling, needed to just work on yourself, maybe financially, maybe again become more independent in that arena. I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true, and I pull away in fear. So this is again what your person does, that continually does. And you can't, it's about, for you, I believe in not controlling like know that unconditional love transcends time and space. It is timeless. That's what your reading opened up with. And it's unstructured. It's not planned. You can't control it. It's completely natural. It's when we're in our most natural state. Your person is obsessing because they're again in their head, because you're in separation, because they tried to control their emotions and their feelings. But again, the universe is still speaking to them through the magical realism. They kept, again, sabotaging the relationship by, again, wearing a mask. Why they have a lot of anxiety around the relationship? Because they always have to fake how they feel. But they're stuck in the past. And they're stuck in the past because, again, they really do want you. So understand, they couldn't let you get close because, again, it would trigger their feelings. They tried to forget you, but they're magnetically getting pulled back. Now, if you resonated with this, Aquarius, let me know. Leave me a like, comment the word healer in your comment box, and subscribe to the channel, and you can win a free psychic reading with me. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Be true to you. Ciao. Mwah.